All right, got an original here that I originally wrote back in April of 2023. I've noted that. And I've made a few adjustments in the last couple days, so the original is up on this channel back in probably around April of 2023. And now we're going to update it because I'm of the mind that the song's never really done, you know? So here it is. Here it is again. Sitting round a fire looking up at the stars. Ain't nothing sounds better than acoustic guitars. You can scratch out a rhythm on the bark of a tree, or you can keep a good beat by slapping your knee. Sometimes you must whisper, other times you gotta shout. Can you do your thing when the power goes out? Rolling in the shade down by the sea, grooving to the strum of my ukulele. You can beat out a rhythm on a dying clamshell, or you can sing a sea chanty to an old ship bell. If you can do it a cappella, you'll really have clout. Can you sing your song if the power goes out? You don't have to plug in to get turned on. There's a million different ways to play a million songs. So set your foot a tapping or strum a chord. If you can make music, you won't ever get bored. The sun always sets, the wind don't always blow. If there's no power, does that mean there's no show? You play with yourself, or you can join a band. You can make music with whatever's at hand. You don't need program beats to shake your ass and move your feet. You can lay down a rhythm to your own heartbeat. When you find the sweet spot, there'll be no doubt. You can do your thing when the power goes out. Yeah, it's easier to do when you write them yourself, but yeah, there was, I just haven't done it enough, you know? Those last two verses, I'm still a little, just not, but I'm gonna stick with that right there, and get the feel. You know, I know I added this, because I was doing just a, something like that. I was doing full chords there instead of a... But, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. You know? I think Willie Nelson would sound good singing that. So if you can help me get it to him, I'm going to try and literally send him a video of this or something. An email. So that's my plan. Yeah, a few lines in there I'm very proud of that I just think are pretty good, you know. You don't have to plug in to get turned on. You can play with yourself, or you can join a band. I like those little winkers, you know. You can make music with whatever's at hand, which is true, you know. So set your foot a tapping or strum a chord. You can make music, you won't ever get bored. That's true as well. So I'm just gonna play the hell out of this. I gotta add more originals. I got a ton of songs, you know, just a verse. So I've got a few, like I've filled up like a full page, and I just gotta, you know, I'm not skilled enough as a musician, which doesn't matter, because you go back to Dylan, you know, and even Willie, it's just, mainly more major chords and stuff, so you really don't need that. So you can overthink this stuff, and that's what you're doing. But it's nice to somehow just kind of get some sort of original rhythm or something to something, you know. So that's where I'm always kind of in that netherworld of like trying to overcomplicate it, possibly just fucking lay it down and You can refine it. A song, for me, a song is never done. You know, like you may never change it at a certain point. It may fucking find its zone, but at the same time, if you want to play it different tempos, different styles, you know, kind of in the vein of a Dylan, but I'm not really. It's more of a mindset than it is doing it because I just find it. You know, times change, things change. You change, hopefully. So, but that's the power goes out, which I hope it does. I really do. So that's it, man.